As dawn was breaking, explosions rang out in several Ukrainian cities, including the capital Kiev. The international airport in the city of Ivano-Frankivsk in western Ukraine was among the first infrastructure targets hit by missiles. In the southeast of the country, this military base was struck just near the city of Mariupol, destroying vehicles and this air defence radar unit. CCTV footage shows Russian military vehicles crossing into Ukraine from Crimea. Ukrainian authorities say more troops poured across the border from all four directions, including from neighbouring Belarus. All this followed a televised address from Russian President Vladimir Putin, announcing what he called a special military operation in the Donbass region of Ukraine.
And now some very, very important words for those who could be tempted to intervene from outside. Whoever tries to hinder us, to create threats to our country, to our people, should know that Russia's response will be immediate, and it will lead to such consequences that you have never encountered in your history.
Russia says it's only targeting military infrastructure like this intelligence office in Kiev, but fuel supplies, power plants, bridges and ports have also been struck. And so have civilians. They and their homes have been caught up in the violence. Emergency workers have been scrambling to put out fires in residential buildings. Inside, not much has been spared from destruction. As air raid sirens rang out across Ukraine, the government declared martial law and urged people to come forward and fight for their country.
We have already been distributing small arms to all those willing and to all those who are capable, so they can help defend our sovereignty. It depends on each citizen of Ukraine to defend the future of our Ukrainian soil.
As civilian panic built in Ukraine, major traffic jams formed as people tried to flee. Those staying behind queued at banks and petrol stations, desperate to get their hands on cash and supplies. No one knows what will happen next.
Where will I run? Where do I go? Tell me, please. My God.
Where will I hide the children? There are no shelters. There is nothing.
Ukrainians heeded a call from their president to give blood, lining up in droves to make donations at hospitals across the country.
At the moment, we're building up our blood reserves, but whether that will suffice or not, I can't tell as of now.
Weeks of intense diplomacy failed to stop this Russian attack. Upon its commencement, international condemnation was swift.
President Putin, in the name of humanity, bring your troops back to Russia. In the name of humanity, do not allow to start in Europe what could be the worst war since the beginning of the century.
We find the military operation Russia launched on Ukraine unacceptable, and we reject it. This step, which we view as against international law, is a heavy blow struck on regional peace, harmony and stability.
I'm driven to conclude that Putin was always determined to attack his neighbour, no matter what we did. Now we see him for what he is. A blood-stained aggressor who believes in imperial conquest.
NATO reconfirmed it will not be sending troops to Ukraine, but warned it will defend every inch of its territory should Russia attack a member state.
Today we activated NATO's defence plans that gives our military commanders more authority to move forces and to deploy forces when needed.
The UK has responded with a fresh package of sanctions designed to hobble the Russian economy. The European Union is doing the same.
These sanctions will suppress Russia's economic growth, increase the borrowing costs, raise inflation, intensify capital outflow and gradually erode its industrial basis.
Like its allies, the US is also using harsh new sanctions to financially isolate Russia. But so far, such measures have done nothing to deter President Putin, leaving some wondering if there's anything the international community can do to stop the bloodshed that's now unfolding. Sarah Morice, TRT World.